The Villain Wrangler by Little Hawkeye 3. Chapter 3. Pop! Alright, you've got to stop breaking into my apartment. Danny huffed in frustration as he entered the room to find Ivy once again lounging on his couch, leaning back against its arm. She cracked one eye open to look at him. You didn't mention you were leaving town, she countered. Danny sighed, not even wanting to bother with starting an argument. He dropped his bags up beside the door and headed towards the kitchen, keen on eating after his flight. He nodded a hello to the blonde sitting on the counter as he fetched a glass from the cabinet and poured himself some water from the faucet. He turned back round, raising the cup to his lips, and then finally processed what he had already seen. There was a blonde woman sitting on his counter. Danny set his glass down before he dropped it in shock. The woman must have read his reaction and found it hilarious, because she began to laugh. Nice to meet you, mister. Name's Harley. Maybe you've heard of me, she smiled excitedly. Danny opened his mouth to speak, but no sound came out. His stare turned to a glare as he stalked out of the room to confront the eco-terrorist relaxing in his living room. Excuse me, but who let you bring your friend in here? She didn't bother to open her eyes. I did. It's not your apartment. You never told me not to. Oh, why don't you go eat a plant? Gladly. I'm not a vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian. Then eat fried chicken. Gasp. I would never! Danny crossed his arms and huffed in joint annoyance and anger, determined to look at anywhere but Ivy. His gaze ended up settling on Harley curiously. She was wearing gray sweatpants with a black and red bra showing from under her open brown bomber jacket. What? Her eyebrow raised challengingly. It's cold out. Danny just nodded mutely. Harley took his silence as agreement and wildly smiled. Ivy was telling me all about the kid she got to visit, so we stopped by after we saw that little girlie. Danny mentally groaned. He knew this would be the last time he heard about it. Say, do you know if there are any kiddies who've got a good appreciation for jokes? Miss Quinn. She waved her hand nonchalantly. Quinzel. What? The blonde laughed. It's Miss Quinzel. Well, actually, it's Dr. Quinzel. But tomato. Right. Danny blinked a few times before he remembered what he had been saying. Dr. Quinzel, I haven't received any requests for you yet. But if I'll do, I'll... God damn it! He swore as the phone interrupted him this time. He turned away from his villainesses and answered the call in a clipped tone. Yes? This is all your fault, Johnson. I'm gonna make you regret ever finding that Platt woman. Now I've got some girl asking about a clown lady. Danny couldn't help himself from snickering as he glanced at Harley in amusement. Don't worry. I can reach her easily. Just text me the info. It satisfied him that he could hang up on her for once. Harley, some powerful being must really like you because your wish was just granted. Harley jumped off the counter with an excited cheer and cartwheeled out of the room. Ivy, I've got a bite-sized fan too. Ivy reluctantly opened her eyes to view her hyperactive friend. Congratulations. She winced as Harley squealed and jumped on top of her, giving her a hug. I can't wait. Danny sighed. I can.